All right, so we got a good prep here. If I were to go to um when he get killed just about 16 miles from his boy, would he get killed about 16 miles from his boyhood home in Queens? The New York Islanders used to play in the Nassau Coliseum. The New York Highlanders were the team the New York Yankees became. Oh, the Highlanders. Remember, Trump is the Highlander from the movie The Highlander, where he could not die. He was immortal. He was from Scotland. Trump's from Scotland. The Highlander's character's name in the movie was MacLeod. Trump's mom's maiden name was MacLeod. And in the movie The Highlander, when he left Scotland and came to America, he landed in Queens, New York, and Trump was born at Jamaica Queens Hospital, all the world's stage. The AI has been writing this script forever. The Don Drysdale connection, he went over with me on the phone. It'll be 88 years, 8 weeks since Don Drysdale was born on 9/17, or 32200 days on 9/18. And Don, again, the Donald, Don Drysdale. Drysdale equals 88, matches Trump in every possible way. The first thing that RFK said in his speech the night he died was thanking Don Drysdale. Trump has press conference in LA today, which was yesterday. Drysdale is from LA, pitched for LA. RFK was assassinated in LA. So again, all of that. That's good stuff. We appreciate our contributor. And let me go back and set the cell phone down, come back. I've got a few things here, and then we'll go to what I've pulled up in the tabs and we'll be done. Revelation 13:3 code. Reading Revelation 13:3 on the day of the event. So all my Bible studies, uh, I will be reading Revelation 13:3 on the day of the event, which is the first time deadly wound is mentioned. Deadly wound, but did live. It's mentioned 3 times. In Revelation 13, Alec Baldwin, who's always playing Trump, is from Long Island and where the rally is. Baldwin was born in Amityville on Long Island, which is all about the movie Jaws, if I'm not mistaken. Amity, Jaws. So Amity, is Amity a real island? So it was AMITY. The island, Long Island, the island, Long Island Island. Is Amity a real island where Jaw was filmed? And Baldwin was from Amityville. So you see how Trump's rally in Long Island is becoming a big deal on the date that we're looking at, which is the 18th. Glengarry Glen Ross is a direct hit. It's in your big prep. So I already ran that, I guess. Okay. This is messed up. Las Vegas sphere displays massive eyeball, our contributor says. Let's bring it up. This is messed up, Las Vegas sphere. So the sphere is nothing but an AI. The AI can do whatever it wants to do. So the Dark Knight was handed on a silver platter to Christopher Nolan via computer animation on exactly how to shoot the movie that the AI wrote the script for. So every word was written by the AI, and then every shot was written, or excuse me, every shot of the movie was already given to him. All the actors then had to go and do is replicate it. And there's no telling how long that's been going on in movies. And that's the end of that prep. So let's now go to 2001: A Space. We're going to get to the score today, finally, and the music. Finally, we'll do that. Yes. What do I already have pulled up? Well, the zip codes I've already done. So this guy, Gordon Ryan, a steroid monster, but he never loses. And so potentially that's a very fake staged character in the world of fake stage sports. And so if you run his birthday to our event, he is 10,666 days to the event if you include his birthday and if you include the event day in that calculation. You always have the choice to include both dates or not because they do and how they go about doing things. Is my volume still good? Yeah. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. If you run that to our event, it's 85 years, 10 months, 19 days. So you have your 119 code. 7:52:88 in the hours, 31370 days. We know all about that 37, which is the prime number for the church. It'll be 31372 days on the rising day. And it'll be 85 years, 10 months, 21 days. So you have your 121 Antichrist coded on the rising day. So the War of the Worlds, direct smash. Dana White is 20,143 days old on the rising day. On the event day, he is 20,141. But more importantly, 55 years. 55 is Satan in Gematria. I believe it's the simple, the ordinal. 1 month, 21 days. So you have Satan followed by 121 Antichrist, both in the simple Gematria. Satan and turning back on, recheck volume. So when you go to Satan, in the simple, it's 55. And when you go to Antichrist in the simple, it's 121. And Dana White is literally the guy that keeps introducing China. He's literally 55, 121 on this Wednesday, 9/18, this high watch event date. Now he's 287 in the weeks, 287.7, 2,877. So you have your 287 with 7. And when you watch what Satan is, the Hebrew and then the English ordinal, it's 232 plus the 55. 232 in the Jewish Hebrew plus the 55 in the ordinal. There is your 287. And anybody born on 3/19/1998, 3 times 19 times 1998. I told you that their number begins with the 11-3, which is the rising or One World Trade Tower opening date, which is opposite 3/11, which is when everything began in 2020, which is opposite 9/11 on a circular calendar. You have your 138 for Donald Trump and Simple Gematria. You got your 88 for Trump and Simple Gematria and the 86ing of him and the rising of that 86ing, all in that number. Anybody born on 3/19/1998 that has that number, yes, there's 287 days left in the year, which is the combination of Satan in the English ordinal and then in the Jewish Hebrew. Yeah, that's a big cipher, that date. If you go to that date to our 86ing day, it is 9680 days, and we know that 68 is Antichristos, in what is known as reverse reduction gematria. Yeah. Mm. 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 And there's your 232 in the hours. And we just went through how 232 is Satan in the Hebrew Jewish. That anybody born on that date also is 1382. In the weeks, 138 again is Donald Trump in simple gematria. So it's very impactful what's going on. If you go to the rising day, then it's 1383 in the weeks. Still, of course, the 68 in the days. Let's finish this prep up. We've been over many times this Jeffrey Wright character. He's December 7th, 1965. I'm not going to get into why we've always used him, but he is Gigantica, as he is Bond's best friend and all that kind of stuff. On the 86ing day, he is 9/11. 58 years, 9 months, 11 days. Perfect. I mean, that's perfect. For the actor Jeffrey Wright. The Goodyear blimp, June 3rd, 1925. If you run that to the rising day, it is the perfect numbers for rising. It's 1191 months. So you have your 119, which is the backwards 9/11, or Donald in simple gematria. And then 17 days. So what are you looking at? You're looking at 119 followed by 11/7. Revelation 11/7, the beast rising out of the bottomless pit. So you have 9/11, which was all about Revelation 11/7. We've been over that many times because September was once the 7th month, and most countries write it backwards. So 9/11 was really 11/7. That's what your 7-Eleven stores are all about. They're really 11/7. When you read it from right to left. The 11, and you read from top down, and the 11 is on top of the 7, and the 11 is more left shifted in green than the number 7 is on their logo. So it's really 11/7. And so it's 119117 for 9/11, Revelation 11/7. That's just, and again, all of that is when the Goodyear blimp first took flight to our rising day. What else? So let's just wrap this up with the score of 2001: A Space Odyssey. June 1968 was its released. Strauss's 1866. So you have your 86, you have your 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. You have your 66 book of the Bible. You have all of that there. So the soundtrack is 3641 in length, but it has no date. So let's move on and see if the Space Odyssey score has a release date. It does. So let's nail that one down. Film score, 2001. So recorded January 26th through the 30th in 93, released on October 12th, 1993. That's interesting that Eat Meat and the Kill, The Bluff, The Night Terrors, Spaceman. So let me make sure that this is all what we're talking about. The 2001 Space Odyssey score is an unusual film score composed by Alex, 1968, background. So this movie was a 1968 film, but for some reason, Alex North 2001 legendary score isn't released until October 12th, 1993. Well, that's just fascinating, isn't it? So let's take a look at it. October 12th, 1993. To our rising day. There's your rising. You have 311 code, which we just got through going over how One World Trade Tower opened on 11/3, which is opposite 311. When it all began in 2020, their ritual, and 311 is opposite 9/11. So they're bouncing all of these off of each other. And there it is. The score to the rising day is 11,301 days, 11/3. It's also 30 years, 11 months, 8 days. So the 30 dropped the 0 with the 11 months, 311 again, fused with 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. It's 1,614 weeks. 614 is his birthday. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, mind-blowing. And there's your 3718. So there's your 718 code, and the 371 months, 8 days. If you run it to the event day of the 18th and include both dates, you have your perfect 11,300 days. You have your perfect 30 years, 11 months, 7 days. You have your 11/7 for rising. You have your 11/3 perfected. Again, 11,300 days, so 11/3 code. And 11/7 code, 30 years, 11 months, 7 days. So 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was all about the rising in 2001, when you run it to our 86ing day, it's telling you about the rising, which was what 2001 was all about. So I'm glad we finally got to that. That's the end of our prep. Love y'all. Again, looking big. We got a playlist on this. Watch the playlist from the beginning on your smart TV. That we're looking at Wednesday, the 18th, Wednesday from the TV series Wednesday. If they blow by it, I would look at the next Wednesday on 9/25, rising on Daniel 9/27 or September 27th being the rising day. And then, of course, there's 9/30, rising on the total solar eclipse. I'm sorry, the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, which is the new moon. So, and if not, then you have to look at the event taking place on October 15th, rising on the full moon that was dispersed on the new moon, which was the Ring of Fire eclipse on October 2nd, which again spelled out October 2nd, comes to 138, which is Donald Trump at simple gematria. So does the event take place on October 15th, and then he rises on the third day up through the full moon, like iPad Go shows him rising up through a full moon. All right, love you.